Motorcycle Den. Today we are doing a comparison between the Ultra Limited and the Road Glide Limited. Yeah, we had a 2018 Ultra Limited, and just recently we traded it in for this 2020 Road Glide Limited. And I know tons of people want to know, is it worth the upgrade? Now, not going from Ultra Limited to the Road Glide, just the newer year. So we'll touch a little bit on that. We're going to try to touch on the differences between the Ultra Limited, which is the Batwing fairing, and the Road Glide Limited, which has the shark nose fairing, and it's frame mounted. The Batwing is fork mounted fairing. We will also be doing a perspective from the rider and a perspective from the passenger. So if you want to know what's going to work better if you have a passenger, stay tuned. A little backstory, we didn't plan on buying this. We went up, took it for a test ride. The first thing we noticed, you did not even realize you were going as fast as you were.
No,
and
not at all.
That's all based off the wind management that Harley has done with this Road Glide. Let me back up a little bit and say both these bikes are basically the same motorcycle, with just you know, minor differences, I would say.
But there's also a big difference.
But there is. Yeah, this is Lake Hope coming up.
Yeah.
Beautiful little lake you'll see right around this corner. Yeah, beautiful lake. It is. Gorgeous view right there.
Got a cool pocket.
So, I mean, you're sitting on the same frame, the same seat, same trunk, gas tank. Most of the big things are the same. But we're going to try to touch on the differences, why we upgraded, and maybe you will have a little better insight if you would like to make that jump. As we were saying, we took a test ride. The air management for both rider and passenger, quite a bit of difference in it. You add in all the other features, and for us, it was worth it.
But this one had a bigger motor too.
Well, that's true. We had a 107 in the Ultra Limited. This has a 114. And you know, people say, it's a little bigger motor. I can tell a huge difference. And I mean, it's not like going from cruiser to sport bike speed or power, you know. It gives you better power in the area that you're going to ride in most of the time. The Ultra Limited, it just felt slightly underpowered. I don't want to say underpowered. I just felt like I was always wanting a little bit more. With the 114, I honestly, I mean, would I like more? Yeah, most people are always going to want a little bit more. But would I need more? I don't feel like I need more.
This engine seems like it handles the weight of the bike and us better.
It
like
does.
when you hit the gas, it seems to go.
Yeah.
Where before, it seemed like you kind of hesitated in it.
Yeah, it didn't have that set you back feeling on the 107. The 114, it does have that. It does have that feeling. A big thing, one of the main reasons why we switched was wind management. The Ultra Limited, it jerked my head around quite a bit. It hit the top of my helmet, probably like right above my visor. I'm 5'10", I'm not huge. Now, on this, I don't feel much air on my torso at all, which you do get a little bit warmer due to that. Where I do feel it is on my arms. You get more on your hands. I feel it on my arms and on my shoulders. And I think it just continues on back. What, you said the air is so much better for you as a passenger?
Well, before, I mean, we have what, like 1,300 miles on this now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been on the interstate, driven it a fair amount. The Ultra Limited, like if you would catch wind, my head would get jerked. You know what I mean? She was like fighting it. That's not happened not once. earlier in the day, we passed 3 semis. You would never have known that it was 3 semis right after each other. I mean, we didn't know it at all.
Oh.
I mean, I do feel like where my hands sit, like on my legs, close to his hips. You feel a nice gentle breeze. I mean, I do feel it on my shoulders a little bit, but it doesn't blow me around. The wind is a whole lot gentler on this bike versus the Ultra. I noticed on the Ultra, I would feel more on my legs. It was cool this morning. It was what, upper 50s,
Yeah.
maybe 60 degrees when we left the house, and my legs didn't feel cold at all. But we've also ridden it in 90 degrees, and it wasn't hot.
Now I will say, where the catalytic converter is on this right side, I do feel it on the back of my leg, and it gets pretty toasty on this 114. I mean, you could feel it on the 107, but it gets pretty warm in that one spot.
I can feel the warmth, but it's not so bad on me. It must be right underneath you.
Well, see, I keep my feet toward the very back of the floorboard, so if I scoot them forward a little bit, it doesn't feel nearly as bad. So somebody taller that keeps their feet forward, you may not even hardly notice it. One difference, this has taller bars, which a lot of people on the Ultra Limiteds, they put taller bars on it. I love these bars being up taller. I don't know how much of a difference, but I mean, it feels great. Honestly, I don't feel like I need to put anything else on it. I am very happy with these bars. For one, they used to have vents on these openings. Now they don't. I don't know if they had an issue with them or what. I heard a couple different things. But the air comes, and you can feel the air coming right through here. And then it kind of mixes with the air off the fairing, and it kind of goes off to your side and stuff. Again, it is a frame-mounted fairing, so the effort turning the bike in the corners and stuff is a lot easier. Now you do notice it slow maneuvering in parking lots. When you first take, come on, dude, first take off. Man, if we were right there, he would have hit us.
Yep.
Man. So you do notice that in parking lots. Even picking it up off the side stand, you know, it's 17 pounds heavier and it sticks out quite a bit further than the Ultra Limited. I like the new infotainment system, but I'm 50 years old. I don't see as well as I used to. I don't wear my prescription glasses on the bike. This isn't too bad, but when you start getting in, there's like an info screen on here. I'll jump over to it. I mean, looking through sunglasses and this face shield, I can't read none of those numbers on there. They're tiny. Harley Davidson, get your head out of your butt. I shouldn't say that, but I mean, come on. Your main clientele for a touring bike like this is probably 40 to 60 years old. Why are the letters and numbers so small?
There's plenty of room.
You've got plenty of room on that screen. It makes no sense. Use your head. It irritates me because it's so simple, and yet you really drop the ball. Anyways, you know, I put it on. There's a high contrast or something setting, so I can make it out. Look at that train. I can make it out.
Yeah.
Barely.
Oh, that's open. Look.
Yeah, they're going on a ride.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. Sorry.
Not watching.
I'm watching them.
I'm watching the train, not watching where we're going.
So both bikes had heated grips, which I absolutely love. Somebody said that these speakers are about half the volume of the Ultra Limited. I don't know if that's true or not, but I will say I don't hear them near as well. They're further away. GPS is a lot further away, so I really have to lean forward to touch something. you know, you can use the joysticks, which is what I do. That way I'm not having to lean way up there. One thing, this GPS and the whole system, it just works way quicker. Alright guys, and we are back from lunch. So that is one thing, and I don't know if it's the way I'm loading the routes. Our other one, we never had a problem with this, but if we stop for any length of time, well, I don't want to say any length of time, a gas stop, it doesn't do it. But every time we stop to eat, I have to reload the route and skip all the waypoints to where we were, because the route does not come back up again.
And it's not like we're in there for a long period of time.
Something is wrong with that. Our other bike never did that. Any GPS we've had has never done that. If anybody knows anything about that, let me know, because that is annoying. Okay, you have 2 headlights on this compared to the Ultra Limited with 1 headlight and 2 running lights. Now I am thinking that they're pointing down too far, they're aiming too low. So that can be adjusted. But I will say, that's the only adjustment is up and down. You can't point one way and one the other. You have one adjustment screw and it's up and down on this. It does have Apple CarPlay on the Harley boombox. Has Android Auto now. You do have 2 glove boxes. They're spring loaded. That holds them down. They're not huge, but you can still. I can fit my phone in it. Yeah, there is no heel shifter, which I missed it at first, but honestly, I don't know now. I don't know, because it did take up a little bit of real estate on the floorboard. So this does come with the RDRS. Reflex defensive riding system or something like that. Pretty sophisticated traction control, and I'm not going to get into all the details of it. But
and the hill assist.
Yes, this has the hill assist, which is part of the RDRS package. That is, I love it. If you're on a hill, you know, uphill or downhill, you can squeeze either the front brake lever or the rear. You just push squeeze a little extra hard, and it applies it. And when you start to take off, it releases it. Yeah, originally Harley had an app with these 2020s, and you know, you could connect it to the bike and it would tell you how much gas is left, all about your services. It would tell you how many miles you've ridden.
Was it just touring or all the bikes?
Well, it was the touring bikes. There must have been issues somehow, because they don't have that. They don't offer that anymore.
It's really obligated.
So.
That's pretty.
Yeah. On the 2018, I think you had like a 16-inch rear wheel and a 17-inch front wheel. I think they went to both 18-inch front and rear on this. So you get bigger wheels. So what they did to keep, actually this seat height is just slightly lower than the Ultra Limited. And what they did, they gave you tires with a smaller sidewall to gain some of that height. We mentioned that this has the 114 over the 107. Now we only have 1,300 miles on it, and so this may change, and we've been fairly easy with it. We haven't been riding it real hard, but we have been getting a little bit better gas mileage on this, the 114, than we did with the 107. And I monitor that gas mileage. We get about 44 miles to gallon. It's like 44 point something miles to gallon on this. It's what we've been averaging. The Ultra Limited, we got about 42 point something. I was really surprised to see better gas mileage on this. I mean, it's a bigger motor, but maybe it just moves the bike easier, you know? I don't know.
Maybe because of the wind is better, you don't have that resistance.
You know what? I didn't think about that, but you may have a good point. You might. might be onto something there. This may cut through the wind a little bit better. If you guys have any questions, if we forgot to mention something and you're curious about it, let us know. Ask us. I mean, even if we're unsure, if it's how something fits or we've mentioned this is the same on the Ultra Limited, but you can adjust those floorboards for the passenger. So, but like we said, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. I mean, we'll do our best to answer them. Would we buy this again? Guys, subscribe to our channel. That way you get a notification in the upcoming video, and we'll try to answer that question for you. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.